Finally, it is Among Us. Batman vs. Superman. Finally, in our lifetimes on the big screen, we have the epic battle of man versus God. Batman vs. Superman. But the main question is it good? I'm going to break it down in different little pieces to kind of break down to see if it's going to be good for you. First of all, if you're a Batman fan, you're probably going to like this film. If you're a pretty big Superman film, you're more than likely going to like this film. If you're an overall DC fan, more than likely you're going to like this film. If you're a fan of comic book movies or superhero movies, you're more than likely going to like this film. If you're an action buff, probably you're going to like this film. So me putting it that way, it sounds like this movie is the best movie ever, right? Well, that's not quite the case. First of all, Batman, Ben Affleck, Batfleck, he's amazing. Hands down, potentially the greatest Batman we've ever had on the big screen. Bruce Wayne, he was pretty good at that, but he played a more battered, older gentleman, kind of, angry. So he wasn't the, the infamous playboy that like Christian Bale played. So it was a little different on that aspect, but he pulled it off really well. Came to Batman, like actually in the suit Batman, the action sequences, just everything in general as Batman, he was amazing. Hands down the best Batman we've ever had. So Batfleck, get used to that. Alfred, Jeremy Irons' Alfred was a different take than we've ever had. We're used to the Michael Caine Alfred where he's kind of like the subtle guy, nice and gentle, hardly in the picture. When he says it's more like comic relief or more of like a babysitter type of guy. But this Alfred, he's actually hands-on because he's used to Bruce Wayne as Batman. He's actually treating him like he's Batman, so he's more partaking in the activities, where if you see in the trailer when he's like, I'll drop you off on the second floor, and then, he's kind of controlling the bat copter, the bat jet, whatever it is, but he's more hands-on, so that was really awesome, and he was just more badass. Superman, it's about the same as it was in Man of Steel, kind of dark, kind of confused, but that's alright because, he's new to this planet in a sense. He's, in Metropolis, and he's being treated like a bad guy, half God, so he's kind of got some conflicts that he's dealing with. So overall, Henry Cavill handled it well. It's about the same. So if you liked Henry Cavill as Superman in Man of Steel, then you're going to like him in this movie. And even if you didn't really like him in Man of Steel, you might even like him in this one because it's kind of a little different. So the most conflicting character for most people is Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. In my opinion, he played like a spoiled brat, kind of, where he's not really the mastermind that you're really expecting when it comes to Lex Luthor. You can tell that he's smart, but I think the fact that he's more spoiled and he got, the character that he plays in it, like the way it was written, not just the way he wanted it, the way it was written, I think it's a little weird and it's not quite for me, but overall Jesse Eisenberg did good. I'm just not really a fan of the approach that he took. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, in my opinion, they didn't really build her up well enough. As Diana, she was, kind of just there. But as Wonder Woman, when she came out there, like you see in the trailer, it was amazing. I clapped for sure. It was just amazing to see. But the only thing I wish they built her up a little bit to kind of see like her powers, because personally, you can tell that a lot of people might not know exactly what she's capable of. So when she was doing it in the movie, it was kind of like, is that forced? Is that what she's allowed to do? Like, it was kind of weird. So if they would have built it up a little bit better, they would have been even more amazing. So, but it has me intrigued for the Wonder Woman standalone film they're going to be doing. So overall, I'm okay with that. Alright, so now when it comes down to the actual battle, Batman versus Superman. If you look at the title, it's Batman v Superman, and in my opinion, I feel like that's more of a politically based. I'm looking at it as Superman's on trial, like as you see in the trailer, in a sense, versus Batman as the people. So Batman wants to battle Superman for his own protection and of his city, of the world. I want you to go in expecting that and not be let down, because the battle itself is amazing. It's fun to watch. It was kind of set up kind of weird, but it was set up pretty well enough to where you're intrigued and you're ready and you want to stand there and watch Batman battling Superman. So that was awesome. But when it comes down to the length and, the amount of fights, it's not as much as we would all want. So if you're going into it like how I just said, then you'll be fine. When it comes down to it, is Batman vs. Superman any good? Seeing Batman on the screen, almost better than ever, if not better than ever, that's amazing to see. Seeing Superman go through the stuff that he goes through, that was interesting and kind of well done, and Henry Cavill pulled it off. Lex Luthor was kind of weird, but you can kind of understand where he's coming from and what he's planning to do. Just it might not be executed as well as we'd all want. So that was okay overall, like, looking at it from above. So when it comes down to it, is Batman vs. Superman good? I gotta say, yeah, it's good. Is it great? No, I'm not going to say that. It's not the best movie ever. The Dark Knight is still the best comic book film ever. Definitely the best DC film ever. So when it comes to this movie in particular, action is jam-packed. Seeing, like I said, seeing Batman on screen just kicking ass was amazing. So there's a lot of things going on. So that kind of takes away from the overall Batman vs. Superman part of it. But as a whole, this film is pretty good. So that's why I was let down just a little bit, but not as much as some of the people that had, you know, the expectations to the roof. So overall, go see this film and let me know, have you seen this film? What'd you think of the review? There was no spoilers, but did I talk about it enough? Did I intrigue you enough to go see it? If you didn't want to go see it, did I help you a little bit to go see it? You know, so let me know what you thought below, comment, and let me know if you saw the movie in general. So expect a spoiler review pretty soon. I'd say in a couple days. I want to see it again before I actually go into spoilers, but expect that. So see you later.
Self-destruct sequence activated.